Hey guys, JawsTheSharkReviews here, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Wheeljack. So here he is in his car mode, but first, here we have the packaging, and yeah, let's get a close-up look at it. So, let's see on the front here, you got Wheeljack looking all fascinated by something. There he is in car mode. And of course on the side here it just extends what you see on the front, so I'll just show that. You got this right here and down there. On this side you got him looking that same way again. On the top this is all this stuff. For some reason though it's in a foreign language, which seems kind of odd, but okay. And here's the bottom. And on the back, you got this right here. Poor Wheeljack. This is like his only screen time in the film. It was just that. Oh man, same with Windcharger. Poor them. And yeah, it gives you a little bio. 18 steps, all this down here. And that is pretty much it for the packaging. So, moving right along, here we have Wheeljack in his alt mode, and yes, I'll address the elephant in the room. There's no white background for this review for two reasons. One, because this guy's as white as can be, you know, I mean, yeah, like I tried with the white background, it just looks horrible. That, and I think I'm just going to move past that background, because, I mean, if you've been following my reviews over the years, it's been really hard trying to adjust the lighting to make the figures look right. So I think just having the plain background is a little bit better for me, and it's probably a little bit better for you, so it doesn't hurt your eyes as much. So I think for the foreseeable future, this is what we're going to be doing. So if you don't like it, then well, I don't care, because I've done it for too long. All right, I've done it for way too long. So yeah, here he is right here in alt mode, and yeah, this is pretty much what we all expected. It is a redeco of the Earthrise Wheeljack. Now, actually, this isn't an original Studio Series release, because this is actually a reissue from the Generation Selects Autobot 5-pack that they released, I think in, I want to say 2024? I think it was for the 40th anniversary of G1, so, yeah, so they had this guy, they had Sunstreaker, they had Hound, the one that everybody wants, and, I think, was it Trailbreaker, and who's the fifth one? Was it Sideswipe? I don't know, I forgot what the fifth one was, but anyway, so they released 5 Autobots in more cartoon accurate decos, and also gave them more opaque windows, so they're no longer clear plastic, which thank God. And you know, fast forward to now, Hasbro's been reissuing those figures individually. You know, you got Wheeljack, they reissued Sunstreaker, who honestly I might pass on, because I mean, I'm fine with the Earthrise one. It's not, I mean, yeah, it has the clear plastic, but it doesn't really look too bad, for him at least. And also Hounds, which is an exclusive, so it's gonna be really hard it still is pretty hard for me to track him down. Why Hasbro, why, but yeah, so we got Wheeljack right here, so, yeah, let's get a close-up look at him. And yeah, as you can see, you know, he's got a brighter and whiter plastic than before, because the Earthrise one was more of a milky white. Get some green stripes, all that jazz. You got 638, and on this side too. I love what they did with the wheels. I don't think, no, these aren't rubber, but they look like they could be. They just look that good. And yeah, here's the back. You got some holes right here for accessory storage. And yeah, here's the bottom. Yeah, overall though, I think he looks nice. I mean, aside from the deco, not much else has changed, but you know, I still think it looks pretty good. So yeah. Now, speaking of the accessories, like I was mentioned before, let's get a look at them right now. So starting off, here we have his little missile launcher. I know the original toy had this, and I think he might have had in the cartoon, I forgot, but yeah, he has that. And you know, you could put it up here, or you could put it back there. Usually I like to put it up here because he comes with another accessory, and that is his blaster. So here it is right here. Now this is a redeco of, I think it was Legacy Elita 1's blaster, but yeah. Now that's another upgrade this guy has over the original Earthrise figure, because that figure only came with the missile launcher and not a gun, so he didn't really have too much arms wise. But when they reissued him in Selects, they gave him Elita 1's gun, and he still has that here, so that's nice. But anyways, you could store that right here on the back, like so, or however you want to store it. You could technically store it down here, but you know, that's gonna cause some obvious problems, so we'll just leave that off for right now. But yeah, so that's pretty much it there for storage. Let me see, wait, can you connect these two? No, I don't think you can. It kind of looks like you would, but no, you can't. That sucks. That'd be kind of nice to have the 2-in-1. Oh well. So yeah, but anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here he is with the Netflix Wheeljack. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this before, but I never got a hold of the Earthrise Wheeljack. So I got this guy, and then I remember in Kingdom they reissued him, but by that point I already had this guy, so I'm like, whatever. Yeah, obviously, even though I do like the additional stripe details that they added, the red and green, this one's for the win. I just, you know, it's too iconic. You know, I wasn't really a fan of all the scraping. Now, I know this is supposed to be based off the War for Cybertron show on Netflix, but you know, so I mean, it technically shouldn't be your definitive G1 Wheeljack. It just, at the time, this is all I could find. So yeah, so definitely gonna sell this off sometime in the near future. You know, because as you can see, I got my new definitive G1 Wheeljack. So but yeah, so there you guys have that. So moving right along to the transformation. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. If you already owns the 500 other versions of this mold, you should know how it works. So yeah, starting off, you just want to take the spoiler and just kind of rotate the two panels off to this. This is as far out as they'll go, so you don't have to be too precise. Then you just want to untab the hands from, or it's more of the forearms actually, from these little clips. There you go. Then you just want to move out the shoulders like so. They disconnect from these slots back here. You just bring those down, then rotate here at the bicep, then over here at the wrist. And same thing here. Then you just want to, well, first flip up the head. There he is, there's old Jackie's face. And then you just want to rotate around right here at the abdomen. Then split apart the legs, and also you just want to bring up the chest panel up like this. And there we go. Then split apart the legs, and then kind of move them out like this, and in the process just flip in these little window pieces and flip forward the feet, toes, whatever you want to call them, and yeah, just squeeze that all together, and there you have one leg done. Now just for the other, yeah, just move this out, flip that down, And there we go. So once you have that all strained out, there you guys have Studio Series 86 Wheeljack in his robot mode. And I personally think he looks pretty dang good. You know, I mean, it's the same old mold, but you know, I believe it still holds up today, and you know, especially with this deco, you know, I think it gives it a whole new spin in a way, kind of, if you get what I mean. So yeah, let's get a close-up look right here, and yeah, absolutely love what they did with the paint right here on the head. And he's got the glossy blue eyes, which I like too. And yeah, that chest looks so much better than what they did with in Earthrise. And yeah, I like this sort of kind of darker gray that they gave to his thighs and his forearms. That looks so much better. I think they just used like a plain black before. It just looked too bland, you know what I'm saying? Like they had that off-white, black thighs and forearms, and you know, clear plastic. It just looked too boring. This pops with more character. So there we go. And here's the back, pretty clean. Yeah, I know he has pretty funny looking arms in the back, but I guess there has to be some sort of downfall here. So yeah, now for the articulation, it's pretty much the same. You know, head's on the ball joint, can move it all around. The shoulders can move in and out, and can also rotate a full 360-degree rotation. It's a little bit hindered by his backpack, because yes, he does have a backpack. It doesn't look like it, but he does. It's very faint. He does have a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow. He does have a wrist swivel. He has a swivel at the waist as well. His legs can kick up this far and back that far. There we go. And he can do the splits out that far. And yeah, he has a thigh swivel. Knees do bends. Ankles do pivot a little bit. And yeah, so he's got quite a good bit of articulation. It's about what you expect for a decent deluxe. So nothing too extraordinary, but yeah, pretty nice. So again, for accessories, he got his little missile launcher. You know, if you want him to hold it, go be my guest. Can you hold it like that? No. I wasn't sure if this tab was the perfect size for that, but no. But where it's intended is on his shoulder, preferably his right shoulder, because I think that's where it was in the cartoon. Only problem is that big white peg sticks right out like a sore thumb. So it's a little annoying. I guess this panel kind of conceals that a little bit, so it's not too obvious, but still. And you got his blaster right here. And let's go ahead and plug that into his hands. So there you go. Now we finally have something that isn't just a little rocket launcher. So I do appreciate that. Kudos to Hasbro. So it's, you know, not just having just a direct repaint. That's it. They gave him something new, even if it's technically not exclusive to him. It was from Elita 1. But yeah. So there you guys have that. So anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with the Netflix Wheeljack, and yeah, this is when I was making all those rants before just about like how much more character this deco has than the Earthrise one. I was just looking right at this guy, because I mean, as you can see, he's got the dark limbs and then that off-white, and you know, he just looks kind of bland. He doesn't look bad, but he looks bland. You get the difference. So You know, and they actually painted these panels silver, whereas here is just a dark gray plastic. So, you know, I definitely appreciate just how much, like, I don't think it really took that much effort for Hasbro to make him in this guy, but it in a way it kind of feels like they did, because it just feels there's just so much more quality to it, even though it's all this is just lighter colors and just a new gun. So, but yeah, but overall, this is definitely my new definitive G1 Wheeljack. I'll be getting this guy shipped to somebody probably at some point, because, you know, I need that money. And obviously because I don't really have that much need for it, but it's still not bad for what this is. It's supposed to be for the War for Cybertron cartoon, and this is more the G1 cartoon. So, but yeah, there you guys have the robot mode size comparisons. So there you guys have my review for the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Wheeljack. And yeah, again, in my opinion, I think this is definitely the best use of Wheeljack with this mold, like, because I know they've done, like, what's his name, Exhaust, I think, and, you know, so whichever Exhaust figure is the best use of that mold is the best use for Exhaust in this mold. But in terms of Wheeljack, I'd say this is definitely the winner right here. You know, I mean, you got that nice cartoon accuracy along with, you know, an actually molded, like, not clear plastic chest. I quite frankly prefer that. And, you know, it just, you feel more of a charm with this guy. And, like, when you see this, you think about all those nice, heartwarming moments from the, that he appeared in G1, minus in the 86 movie for obvious reasons. And, you know, and I appreciate he has, you know, an actual gun here. Yeah, I quite like this guy. I mean, I will say I would have preferred to see Hasbro try and attempt a new mold. You know, like something that feels a little new instead of just what we've had. But I guess there are budget constraints, and honestly, like I said before, I think this mold somewhat still stands. You know, I think it definitely has aged fairly well, but it feels a little two generations, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like, because some of the 86 stuff looks like straight out of the cartoon, and then others just feel generations more. And that makes sense given this guy came from Earthrise, but, you know, I'd still like to see a little more, something a little different. But I guess for what's worth, it's nothing too bad. So yeah, but so anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this Wheeljack. Do you prefer this deco? Do you prefer the Earthrise or the Netflix? Just let me know down below. And yeah, so anyways, guys, as always, till all, R1.